she hates that I watch television at night. She I probably shouldn't, but I do.
This sounds like a woman who goes through such grief for you that she deserves a great Mother's Day.
She'll get one.
Well, I don't know yet, man. We're sitting on Friday, bud.
She'll get one. Well, I told you I had it all to you. Did I not answer you in the affirmative?
I did. I had no confidence in that. Zero.
Yeah,
that might have been the lamest shore I've ever heard out of you, and I've heard a lot of lame shores over the last 5 years.
I may be leaning on my daughters to make sure that everything goes well.
You do
leaning.
You can say you can say I've been busy.
They know. They know. But, whether you took care of it or somebody else did, whether you're going out for brunch or you're cooking or...
It's done. Yeah, that's all that matters.
Just, give your mom or your grandma or whomever or your wife, the mother of your children a hug. If you're like
some of us who are very thoughtful and proactive and handle this kind of thing when you're out of town...
Well, now, wait a minute. I can be thoughtful without having a level of proactivity involved. Now, those can be separate. Those don't have to be mutually exclusive. All right, I'm an incredibly thoughtful person.
You're just telling me
there just may be more retroactivity in my life.
You're more reactionarily thoughtful.
But thoughtful. Yeah, I don't have to be thoughtful and proactive.
There are many definitions of thoughtful.
Yeah,
I'm trying to save you.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. We're gonna be fine. We're going to be fine.
Oh, man.
Derek Scott will join us coming up in a bit. We'll get his take on the final home series of the season for Gamecock baseball. I know it has been another disappointment. That won't be lost on anyone that follows Carolina baseball, but we'll talk to Derek about what to expect. Early start time today, by the way, on that note. So if you're listening to us at the office and you are planning to go, by the way, what a great weekend for baseball.
I'm telling you.
Should be nice. We got a little chance of rain, I guess, tomorrow and maybe more Sunday than tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
Sunday,
I think it'll be tomorrow's early, right? Like
12:45, 1:15 Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, so... But weather looks fantastic to get out to the ballpark.
Yep.
So if you want to work on your tan while you're maybe enjoying a cold beverage or a Frankfurter,
absolutely,
head on out to the ballpark. But Derek will talk to us, and we won't get into the same things with Derek today that we've been getting into with guests earlier in the week when it comes to the Gamecock baseball search, which is underway. We don't know specifics. Terry and I this week have been talking with all of you about the candidates that we think fit a particular mold. And you and I don't think we differ a whole lot. I think I don't want to put too many words in your mouth. You might be a little more willing to take one more roll of the dice, and I'm not saying I'm unwilling. You like Coach Fitzgerald at Kansas a lot.
I'll say this.
And he's won like 80-something games the last 2 years at Kansas.
I was talking to a guy just here recently at the gym who asked me if, and I haven't thought about it this way. He said, if you were doing this coaching search, what would you do? And I said, okay. He goes, give me how you do it. I go, okay, my first option, go to our boy at Georgia.
Yeah,
kick the tires there.
Wes Johnson.
Go to Wes Johnson first. Second, and I'm a little bit ahead. I'm a little bit more on this than you. I'm going to go see how our boy O'Sullivan's feeling in Florida these days.
Okay.
Third, I'm going to go, after that, talk to my boy Walter at Wake.
Okay.
Fourth, I'm going to go take a trip because, I did work in Lexington, Kentucky for a short period of time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go say hi to Coach Nick.
Yeah, Nick Minchio.
And those are my four, first level. Now, my plan B.
I don't have a problem with
my plan B. Well, I'm not going to go to Kansas. I've been there. I don't want to go back. But I'll do a Zoom call with Coach Fitzgerald at Kansas. He would be my I don't want to diss him by saying he's plan B.
I get it.
But you know what I'm saying?
I do.
As I go through this pecking order, he would be fifth out of my five. But that's the way I would go about this. That's my top five. You can think about this and give me yours next week, sir.
Yeah, well,
unless you can do it off the top of your head now.
No, I don't. Again, I want to be careful. I don't necessarily have.
Now I'll say this: that's out of house. Monty's obviously a candidate. No one's disparaging Monty.
No. Monty's definitely in the mix.
I'm just saying. When I go out and talk to folks, that's the order I'm talking to folks.
Yeah, I would throw Butch Thompson in as well. But I was telling you yesterday, Butch Thompson's been at Auburn now 11 years.
I can't believe he's been there that long.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and he's been to 2 World Series. To
your point, like I said about O'Sullivan. It's not bad to make a phone call.
Oh no! The worst you can do is tell you no, but you can't. Look, I'm sometimes of the opinion in situations like this, the only dumb question is the question not asked.
Right. I think going to Auburn because Butch is good.
There's a few coaches that you won't call. You're not calling Dave Van Horn.
No.
You're not calling Jim Schlossnagle.
Nope. And you're not calling our boy.
You're not calling Jay
Mississippi State
Johnson
anymore.
You're not calling Jay Johnson.
And you're not calling O'Connor anymore.
You're not calling
He's
Brian
good.
O'Connor.
And Paddock just showed up at Virginia. You're not going to do that either.
No, you're not. Yeah, you're not. And so Pollard.
Pollard. I'm sorry. I like Pollard too, man.
No, I
really
look. I
like
think that.
Pollard.
Look, I last time around, I was open about it. That's I would have gone there or Tom Walsh.
You know, it's funny. Pollard was like, you and I both love Pollard, like top 3. I think you liked him maybe a tick more higher than I did. I think you had him 1. I had Walter 1. You had Pollard 1.
Yeah. And I might have even had him 1A, 1B.
So, now again, do you want to make that phone call? You only been in Virginia for a year. Or do you want to make that phone call?
I don't think you're making
I don't think you can do that.
I don't think you're making that call.
I don't think you can. But
I mean, yeah, I guess, I suppose, look, I suppose you can.
You can. I don't think. I don't know
if there's a Jimmy Sexton of college baseball coaches. So you could just see, when you call Jimmy Sexton, there's like 110 clients right there.
I know.
So he's like, hang on a minute. Yeah. They're all interested.
Right, everybody.
Or all but 3 of them. I don't know how it is in the college baseball.
Because I'll do one of 2 things.
Hell,
I'll get them.
Jimmy may represent all those guys too. I have no idea. Especially with the money they're making these days.
I think Jimmy represents everybody but you and me.
Pretty much.
God.
But anyway, so we won't talk to Derek about those kinds of things, but we'll get into some of the baseball stuff with him. And again, Carolina still has a series next weekend in Nashville before the SEC tournament begins. But like we say, it's lost on absolutely no one, literally no one. And in this case, I will say literally no one.
Right.
That it's been another incredibly disappointing season for Carolina baseball, and it's time for those to stop.
Yeah, but I will say, I do agree with you on that, and I thought about this more and more as and I do. I think Dan Fitzgerald has done a phenomenal job at Kansas because, again, what they had before you, tumbleweed, and Annie M, and a twister.
And he could, listen, he could be that. I mean, if he's doing what he's doing, because he's building.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that I know you've zeroed in on, and I have too. That's why I look at Wes Johnson, who I think, look, Georgia, it isn't like Georgia started their baseball program, but again, Georgia goes through these periods where they're like,
right.
Kentucky was certainly, and Nick Mingione's done a really nice job with that. Again, when you look at Chris Pollard, even though he's at UVA now, again, Duke, Wake Forest,
right,
with Tom Walter. And these guys have all made things happen.
And I guess that's where and I know there's somebody listening going, what about the guy at Coastal, Tara? I'm not saying no. I'm just saying he didn't build that. And I guess I put more value in the building of something and the maintaining of
that's what has to happen now. I mean, that's the I think that could be, Terry, to well, not to defend you, but to take your point, but also see the point of somebody who's looking at Kevin Schnall. And again, I'm not knocking Schnall.
No,
you're not either.
Neither am I.
But I don't think, even if Carolina fans are as objectively as possible looking at the situation, and I mean this in a complimentary way. So if don't think I'm rubbing you the wrong way here when I say what I'm getting ready to say to some of these, if you fit the mold of this kind of fan. But Carolina baseball has to be rebuilt. This isn't coming in and taking over. I mean, unfortunately, as we talked about with John Whittle a couple of days ago, even if you didn't like anything Mark Kingston ever did, Mark's final 2 years were a 1 seed who hosted and a 2 seed who went on the road.
Now, you make a great point. If it was that point, if it was Mark just got let go, and then you go to Coastal, that's a different ballgame.
Then you're maintaining,
right? And
you're uplifting, but you're not rebuilding.
No, I'm with you. I think you and I look at this in the same way of this is a rebuild. You have missed the postseason. There are 14 teams in this league being considered for the postseason. You're one of the 2 that's not.
I saw something, to make your point. I saw something today from Mark Etheridge at D1 Baseball talking about strength of schedule numbers and how SEC teams were going to be measured. And it punched me in the face when, in so many words, he said, Ole Miss will have the hardest strength of schedule at the end of the season because they missed Missouri and South Carolina.
Think about that for a minute.
And I was like, wow.
Right.
How the mighty have fallen. When you are now being not praised, but it's like, we'll have the hardest schedule because we didn't play South Carolina.
Yeah, and there are folks, and look, again, we can all agree to disagree and have different opinions. There are people that don't think this is a rebuild. You and I do.
Oh, I think a lot of people do. But some, I guess, and I'm not even saying that some can't stop and go, oh, crap, it is. It's just like you just don't think it is because it's Carolina baseball.
Right. You would never think you need a rebuild.
Yeah, but unfortunately, what happened after Mark Kingston took this thing into the ditch?
To a place, and one thing we can all agree on, to a place no Carolina baseball fan thought they would ever see it. Is that fair?
Not again. Yeah, and God bless Monty. He's trying to pull it out of the ditch by himself, man.
Mm-hmm. That's a heavy pull, dude.
It is, dude.
You need some guns.
Yeah.
You need some serious yoke.
This is not a little Fiat you're trying to pull out of the ditch.
You're pulling out I feel it's an 18-wheeler.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a bus.
Yeah, I mean.
This is a really nice bus.
Yeah, and he's trying. He really is, but it's a rebuild. I think you and I are absolutely on the same page with that.
If you have thoughts on that, hit us up, 803-404-6100, phone lines or text line. We'll get to you. But on the other side of the break, the voice of the Gamecocks, Derek Scott, will join us. Langston Moore will be with us a little bit later on. And we also have some information that we'll get to on the Brendan Sorsby investigation. There is new information today that, in my personal opinion, only makes the situation worse for young Mr. Sorsby out at Texas Tech. But we'll get into all those things on a short show. Again, we'll be out of here at 5:15 to make way for Gamecock Baseball, which will be called by Derek Scott, who joins us next.
Wow, what a play. The Game Network. Columbia, Charleston, Florence, and Myrtle Beach.
This hour of in-show listening on 1075 The Game is sponsored by QC Kinetics in West Columbia, the non-surgical regenerative orthopedic specialists of the Midlands. Request your consultation today by dialing pound 250 and use keyword QC Kinetics.
Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet studio. Herndon Chevrolet is your hometown dealer. Stop by today or shop online 24/7 at herndonchevy.com.
You know, the one thing today is, look, everybody screams and yells about their quality and how great they are and wonderful they are and tooting their own horn and patting themselves on the back and everything else. But the one thing that in our world is customer service and folks who are available when you need them to be available. How many times you call for customer service and press 1 for English, 2 for Portuguese, 3 for whatever. Press this and some automated voice will tell you something you don't need to know because you need to specifically talk to a human being and get customer service and follow up and follow through and transparency and honesty. Well, besides great quality work, that's what you get at CHW Cabinetry. Star and the folks, they will be there with you from beginning to end. You can see their work on the website. It's quality, top grade. Just call them, 803-520-6837. Give them a ring, sit down with them, tell them what you want to do and need to do, and you will get the best customer service and the best quality work in the Midlands. CHW Cabinetry.
Let me get personal here. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry, single-ply toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. It gets a lot better than that. Right, Todd? Wouldn't you say that Dude Wipes gets a whole lot better?
Much better.
Thank you. So no matter the size of your mess from top to bottom, Dudes has you covered, confidently covered. They comfortably clean up what TP leaves behind. For no more maintenance wipes, no way. Irritation, not a chance. Time to make the trade of the season and switch from toilet paper to wet, extra large Dude Wipes and start experiencing the confident clean of Dude Wipes. Made from 99% water and plant-sourced fibers, coming in a variety of scents and sensations like mint chill and shea shea butter to protect your end zone. Join the movement for cleaner movements and live in a skid-free zone. Available at Amazon and major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they were very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They were in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because Rhino Shield is backed by a 25-year warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take a tip from Rick. Put down that paintbrush and pick up your phone. Call Rhino Shield at 833-RHINO-99. Call now and receive 15% off the regular price. Or go to RhinoShieldCarolina.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
For your 15% off, call now, 833-RHINO-99. Or go to RhinoShieldCarolina.com.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
If mosquitoes have already taken over your yard, now is the time to act. Hi, I'm Melanie.
And I'm Glenn from Modern Exterminating. Modern Exterminating's mosquito reduction program helps cut down mosquito activity so you can enjoy your backyard, porch, and patio again.
Don't wait until they get worse. The sooner you start, the more protection you'll have all season long.
Contact Modern Exterminating at pestfreesc.com.
We're proud to be local and have protected South Carolina's homes since 1955.
That's Modern Exterminating, pestfreesc.com.
Sponsored by Woodman Life, protecting hardworking families with life insurance.
Every hardworking American deserves to leave a legacy, regardless of their paycheck. We offer life insurance policies for a variety of budgets. Protect your family and your legacy. Get a quote at woodmanlife.org. Woodman Life is the brand name for Women of the World Life Insurance Society in Omaha, Nebraska. Ad number 80138.
Powered by Integrated Media, The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. For auto, home, and commercial glass. ShepherdsGlass.com. In Chapin and West Columbia. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. Shepherd's Glass.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 107.5 The Game app, and at the Game TV Radio on YouTube.
Minutes after 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, a fantastic, let's call it a nearly Chamber of Commerce kind of day in the capital city of South Carolina. We're into, I guess it's not quite mid-May. We'll still call this early to mid-May.
Look at you going radio with that Chamber of Commerce Day. That's right.
It's nice out there.
Chamber of Commerce Day. It is. It's beautiful.
It's nice out there. Why don't we do shows outside?
You know, I was just going to say the same thing.
We have a
Things
courtyard
like
in this. I mean, it's not. There's no grass.
We got a courtyard. We've got these fancy Comrex units.
Yeah, I sold mine. I mean,
that's right. We got to get yours back.
Yeah. Again,
you forgot you for quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes if you were watching on video. You forgot it again today, didn't you?
No, actually, it's packed and ready. You know what I did today? I went with one of my children to see. She's moving, and she wanted me to go with her to see a potential new place, and it made me not think about it.
No, so
it's not on eBay.
It's not on eBay?
No.
We'll see about that. I got to go check Facebook.
But anyway, we should do. But you know who's going to be working partially outside in just a little bit? He's probably outside right now.
He just came back from watching batting practice outside.
It's our good friend, the voice of the Gamecocks, Derek Scott. Chamber of Commerce Day feels right today, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm speaking to you live from the backstop as we speak.
Beautiful.
Looking at the back of the batting cage where Monty Lee is camped out on the back rail watching his guys go through BP. And, it can't beat this weather.
No, I like the scene set. All right, let's get this out of the way real quick. Why is today's game at 5:30? Just so everybody can know, and then we'll be...
You know why? Because TV, man.
Okay.
We all just do things that nobody thinks is logical if TV says to do it.
All right.
I mean, this new SEC Network time slot of 5:30 on Friday, I've got to know, when did that become a heavy viewing window for them?
Yeah,
I mean, it's great for us on radio.
Yeah.
We get afternoon drive, but
right.
I'm just completely scratching my head on why this is the new TV time slot that they've added this year on SEC Network.
Because, Derek, because people with video can just put it on their phone and hook it to the dashboard of their car and watch it while they're commuting.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Let's
talk to the Department of Public Safety in the fifth inning, and when they tell me to put your phone down and see what they think about that.
That's right.
Officer, my hand wasn't touching the phone.
I
You're supposed
swear.
to hands free. Look, we were saying earlier, and nothing is lost on any of us, that this is not the season that anybody wanted, but it is the final home series of the year, and there is a good team coming in here that has some things to play for. How does Monty use... I don't want to say spoiler because Bama's going to go to the tournament, but you know, how do you use some level of opponent this weekend to motivate you for the final three at Founders?
You know, in talking to him both yesterday and a little bit, probably about 30 minutes ago, I suspect he's not. I think his focus more has been on what are we going to do to improve upon what we did last week, because that was the first time since he took over where you felt like the compete level wasn't where it needed to be. And he kind of referenced that yesterday in his media scrum, that he communicated to the guys that, hey, he never leaves himself out of these, scenarios and descriptions, but he made it clear that he was really disappointed with, what the compete level looked like last week, and especially in that third game on Sunday where you should have been in that desperation mode to salvage a win. And so I think that's what he's using really more for motivation than anything that has to do with who's in the other dugout and trying to, I'm not sure college guys would really put much faith in if you were telling them, you know what, guys, we can keep them from being a host in the NCAA tournament. I don't know if that's really something they'd wrap their heads around from a motivational standpoint, but certainly I think the other piece of it is, if you can just say, really, is that what you guys want people's lasting impression of this team to be, is how we competed at LSU? I don't think it is, and so I think he's probably used that a little more from a motivational standpoint.
Voice of the Gamecocks, Derek Scott, hanging out with us on the call. 5:15 pregame, 5:30 first pitch. Carolina hosting Bama here on the Game in Columbia and in Myrtle Beach. Derek, watching Monty, let's push wins and losses aside because there's so much more to it than just that. What has impressed you the most about Monty and what he's done coaching this team since he took over?
Well, first of all, it's almost like that reminder that, oh, yeah, he's done this a lot. He's been a head coach for a bunch of years, and he's had a lot of success doing it. So, it was something that he was quite familiar. There's not a scenario I don't think that he's probably not run into in all his years at Coastal College at Charleston, and then at Clemson. And so I just think from the standpoint of, walking in the door and being comfortable with, okay, I'm in charge now, and here's what we're going to change, and here's what we're going to leave the same, and here's what we're going to emphasize. I don't think there's any boxes that have been left unchecked. I think he's done all the things you needed someone to do in this role. He takes all the responsibility after losses, and he is quick to really praise the guys when things are going well. He's supportive, and yet he holds them accountable. I don't think you could ask for anybody to, under these circumstances, to have performed any better than he has. I absolutely would stand behind that assessment.
You may need to answer this next question carefully. I'm not putting you on the spot in any way, I assure you, sir. But we were talking to John Whittle earlier in the week about some of the guys that have performed well that we think are coming back. Do you look at this weekend in any way from your vantage point as a way for kids that love Carolina baseball and are not headed off to the draft this summer to say to whomever, whether Monty retains the job, Derek, or whether someone new comes in, I am giving my all. I do want to be. Right. Do you think that's part maybe of what could happen this weekend?
Oh, I think it's regardless of whether you want to stay here or whether you want to hit the portal. It's what you put on film, what you put on tape, that will prove to coaches who are deciding how they want to evaluate you wherever they are, what they make of you. So, yes, that's very important. I mean, there's a guy who's going to get a start today. He's been injured for a long while now. Jack Reynolds, Columbia kid, AC Flora kid. He's going to get a start today. He's finally healthy. And those are guys that I'm sure are anxious to find, their niche and their spot. So, and he's hardly alone. He's just a guy who's standing in front of me when you're asking the question. So I thought about it, but no, I think all of these guys that, have eligibility left have to be thinking in those terms.
Hey, Derek, as we kind of go down that road a little bit, and we look at this season, has there been someone, whether it's pitching, offensively, whatever the case, someone that we've undervalued? Because again, this season has not been what anybody thought. But is there someone you go, you know what? In a different year, at a different time, we would look at that guy and give him more props for what he's done this season?
I'd say two of them come to mind. If you listen to our broadcasting, you'll be like, well, you talk about him enough. So, no, you're not the guy to say that. But I think Talmadge LeCroy, for carrying the weight of being the everyday catcher every single day, and yet being one of our most productive hitters on top of playing really solid behind the plate. I mean, I don't think you can say enough about that. I truly don't. I don't know anybody who's caught all but 2 games of a college baseball season. I don't remember that being a scenario here or anywhere else when you remember what happens in the league. To catch both ends of the doubleheader last weekend and then come back and catch the day game on Sunday, I can guarantee you he was worn out. Yeah. He told me how much fresher he feels right now than he did, that he really needed that gap with no midweek contest. But I've been astounded at how he has not seemed to break down physically or, just in terms of that much of a weight load to be carrying, because that's just not done, And then the other one's Tyler Bach. I think we have a great history of center fielders in the last, say, 15 years who could flat out go get it and really be great defensively. And he's not going to be a guy who people say, well, there was Jackie Bradley and there was Tanner English, and then there's Tyler Bach. But honestly, he's been that kind of talent this year. I mean, his reads are great. He makes some amazing catches. His arm strength isn't great, but I swear, I feel like that's improved dramatically over the course of the season. So those are the two that I would absolutely put at the top of that kind of list.
Before we get you out of here, let's switch over real fast to get your take on Davian Hanna getting signed and coming into Lamont Paris's program. We've been talking some basketball portal with you here, and we figured this kid was coming. It's official now, but how do you view what he brings to Gamecock hoops?
Incredibly important, because what we've talked about the last couple of years is we don't have enough guys who look like SEC athletes. The guys that look like the athletes do in the other SEC rosters. Well, he's one of those. He was one of those at Alabama. If you were playing in the rotation, which he was before he got hurt, at Alabama last year as a freshman, then you have the athleticism that it takes to be effective in this league. And so I think that's a huge pickup for that reason alone. But then the other piece of it is, he's a talent. He's a guy that can come in here and do more than just be an athlete. But I think that was the first thing I thought of was that's what we need more of, is guys that are bona fide, proven SEC athletes, because the portal can give you a lot of things, but if they're coming from certain spots where they might have succeeded at that level, but they didn't match up with this kind of athleticism every day, that looks great in November and December, and then it gets exposed pretty quickly in January and February. So that's why I'm really excited about that young man being a part of the lineup this year.
All right, I see it's T-shirt giveaway day, so grab me one, and I'll get it from you next time I see you, okay?
You got it.
But are you shooting a T-shirt gun, Derek? You going to get out there and fire that baby?
Yeah, that'd be funny if they gave it to us in the booth and nobody knew we had it. You just start pelting people in the back of the head.
Ooh, now that's sad. Now, see, that's a thing.
Something.
That's a thing. I think you just need to go get one.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
call Cocky.
Figure out where I can lay hands on one.
Call Cocky. You go grab Cocky. He's got a T-shirt gun somewhere in his Cocky mobile. See what happens.
You're right.
Have a great call this weekend, sir. We always appreciate you. We'll holler at you soon.
All right, guys.
See you, man.
That's Derek Scott, the voice of the Gamecocks, D. Scott Gamecocks.
I love that idea.
That's actually
firing the gun.
Why haven't we thought about that?
What's wrong with us?
Yeah, I mean that's all right. You're not going to hurt anybody up there.
No,
as long as you
T-shirts.
fire it, you're not going to hurt anybody.
They're not like bullets or T-shirts.
I think that's a good idea.
It's a lot of fun.
Somebody get on that.
Start spraying that thing across the yard.
Yeah.
That would be massively cool.
Somebody get on that. All right, but it is T-shirt giveaway day. I don't know what kind of T-shirt. But I bet. Let's see what else. Hold on. There's something. Well, you know what? I lost it. I already took off. I went to another page. There's some other stuff going on this week, and it's senior day, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
A good weekend.
All right, we'll come back. Speaking of Lamont Paris, Terry brought up an interesting question to me in our production meeting today about what an expanded men's basketball tournament means for Carolina in the coming season. I'll have him pose that question to me and to all of us on the other side. You're listening to the Postgame.
All my sports. The Game Network. 107.5 The Game in Columbia. 96.9 The Game in Charleston. 100.3 The Game in Myrtle Beach. And 100.5 The Game in Florence.
Powered by Integrated Media. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. For auto, home, and commercial glass. ShepherdsGlass.com. In Chapin and West Columbia. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. Shepherd's Glass.
If you need orthopedic or neurosurgical care, it's a big deal to you and to us. At Midlands Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, we offer easy access to seasoned physicians with the most extensive outpatient experience in the region. Whether it's joint replacement, a neck or back procedure, or injury care, you can trust us to provide customized treatment plans with easy access, great outcomes, and lower cost to you. Midlands Orthopedics and Neurosurgery.
The Colonial Life Charity Classic is coming to the Wood Creek Club right here in Columbia, May 14th through the 17th. This is your chance to watch the next generation of PGA Tour stars up close. Before Justin Thomas and Scotty Scheffler were household names, they were right here on the Korn Ferry Tour. This is where the journey begins. Every shot bringing them closer to the PGA Tour. Tomorrow's champions are teeing it up today. Get your tickets now for the Colonial Life Charity Classic
Looking for a truck dealership that treats you like family? Come to Herndon Chevrolet, your truck headquarters, proudly serving Lexington and the Midlands for over 50 years. Whether you're after a brand new Silverado, a tough pre-owned truck, or expert service, you'll find it all right here with a huge selection and the best truck deals around. There's no better place to shop. Visit HerndonChevy.com or stop by today.
Herndon Chevrolet, Herndon makes you wanna smile.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000. Use code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000. Listing enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Want to unlock the power of athlete marketing to grow your business? Garnet Trust has recently launched a business membership program, making it easier than ever for your business to work directly with a USC student athlete. Visit garnettrust.com today or call 803-250-1765 to see your business boom.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Why? Because I have a job to do.
With rapid-fire takes.
So I don't want to hear from you lava pigs on this notion today. No idea what you're talking about. You're complaining more than you like to breathe air. It's like you get up in the morning only to complain and cry and moan on social media about things that you don't even understand.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
Take advantage of it. Get up in here.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
You've been warned.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 107.5 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube.
25 minutes in front of 4 o'clock on a Friday. Welcome back in. Jay and Terry, post-game show rolling on. Our good friend Langston Moore will join us top of the 4 o'clock hour. Hadn't had Mr. Moore on the program in, it's been a little while.
Been a minute.
Been about a month or so. Maybe a touch longer. I'm not sure. I talked to him a lot, but I hadn't talked to him here. So we'll get him in here to talk a little post-draft, even though it's been a couple weeks. Maybe throw in a little Gamecocks. Maybe been what he and Coach P are up to around the state as school is winding down on their tour. Maybe some barbecue talk. You never know. We got a lot to get to with Langston, but he'll join us coming up at 4. Thanks, as always, to Derek. And once again, Gamecock baseball early today, 5:15. We'll get out of here. We'll have your top of the hour headlines at 5, and then we'll bolt and make way for Derek and Cade. 5:15 and a 5:30 first pitch. Amp Phillips, no relation, on the hill for South Carolina tonight. All right, you have a question, somewhat rhetorical, but I think there's answers.
At that, it was just kind of, you and I were yipping earlier, it just kind of hit me in the head. It was like, okay, yesterday we talked about the big picture of this expanded NCAA tournament. What's it now, 176 teams, 276?
Just 76.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got 76 teams.
For now,
as far as you know.
For now.
So with an expanded field, and obviously it doesn't take a genius to know Lamont is on a very hot seat this upcoming season. There's got to be marked improvement in the program. You would agree, right?
Yes.
Does a 76 expanded field for the NCAA tournament now put more pressure on him? Because, hey, look, dude, 76 teams now. Or does it put less pressure on him? Because it is a bigger field.
It's an interesting question because I think there's multiple angles that you can approach it from. But I'm going to say it's hard to put more. But I certainly think it may enhance the pressure that's already there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it lessens anything.
Oh, no, not at all. I agree 100% on that. I think it's doesn't lessen at
I
all.
think the only way to lessen it is well, I'm not sure that I don't think you can do that either. I just think you're at a point where you've got to produce. And I think now with 8 more schools, and I know that doesn't open the door tremendously wider or more widely, but it's still 8 more slots. And they're going to, the middle class of the power leagues.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've looked, I mean, and I'm not going to get into all the details, but, like I don't know, like 7 and 11 Oklahoma gets in,
right,
in conference record.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn was 17 and 16, they'd get in. San Diego State would have gotten in.
Indiana, who lost like 6 of their last 7.
So that's who's getting in. You're not getting another mid-major in. You're not turning a 1-bid league into a 2-bid league, unless some team just does really, really well, like Miami of Ohio. You and I were talking about the MAC, like Miami of Ohio last year. But I think the committee caved to a mild amount of public pressure and media pressure. Like Miami went undefeated in the regular season, and then sometimes you lose. And like you and I were talking too, and I'll veer off a little bit before I come back to Lamont. Again, you want to talk about where expansion of this tournament, people say, well, the regular season is not going to matter. You know where the regular season no longer matters? The 1-bid leagues. The regular season no longer, you may as well play your 4 or 5 days of your conference tournament.
You've got to win that tournament.
That's all you may as well do. I mean, what's the point? They'll tell you, well, Jay, you have to seed them. Okay, and all that does is set up the one for the upset. That's all we're doing anymore in all those 1-bid leagues. But to come back to Carolina and to your question, I think it places more pressure on the situation at Carolina. And I suppose, Terry, again, that's why I say you could approach it from different angles at schools that might, and if you hope Carolina, Gamecock fans, you hope that you're in that boat where this is going to have you in a bubble discussion or some such.
Right.
Some schools, it may lessen the pressure. Like, well, okay, I'm usually a bubble guy, and now I'll get in. Indiana or Auburn could be looking your way with what they're supposed to do. South Carolina not necessarily supposed to, but this opens the door a little bit more for you. And again, it's power leagues that are getting these 8 bids.
I mean, if you looked at last year's metrics, the only non-power schools that were having an opportunity to get in were Belmont and Tulsa. The rest of them were the Indianas, the Oklahomas.
And again, San Diego State's not in a power league, but they have become, in the eyes of many, a quality program.
And
they're going to the new Pac-12, right?
Yes. Yeah. So here's the thing. So if you're,
which isn't a power league, but
but still, we'll see.
It's got a good name.
It's got a cool logo, probably. I don't know. So look, I guess my thought is that okay? The perception is this: well, if 7 and 11 Oklahoma would have got in, Lamont, you better at least go 7 and 11, man, and have a chance to get in this tour. 7 and 11 is not a lot to ask, right?
No, I don't. It's not.
And so, to me, the expectations just kind of it adds to the perception of the expectations. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The perception is, well, dude, 76 teams, you can't get into that.
And where the pressure comes to, Terry, is again, don't lose December games. And Carolina, they got, I forget who was it that beat them pretty good. in the non-con of their power league games. But then
that wasn't the Xavier game, was it?
I forget which one it was now, as I don't have the schedule.
I think it was Xavier. I got to double check.
One of them, but then the others they were competitive in, but they didn't win any of them.
All right, they lost to Clemson
and Butler.
No, but it was the Butler game.
Beat them good, and then they had Virginia Tech.
Yep, and they lost all those games.
Yeah, they lost them all.
Yep,
they were in some. Like Virginia Tech, was that overtime?
Yeah, the Butler game was where they were getting beat up pretty good, I think. But yeah, Virginia Tech was a tight one. I mean, Clemson
was competitive for a little bit.
That was competitive for a bit.
But you didn't win any of them. Is the point? And so you've got to get a couple of those in December, and you can't lose the games you're supposed to win, and all that kind of stuff.
You can't lose anybody called the Osprey.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
Right. You can't have quad 4s and quad 3s.
Right.
You can't do that.
No.
So I don't think I honestly don't know if it changes a whole lot. Just in the specific sense of where Carolina men's basketball is right now. Now, here's the thing. Let me take a second here and branch out into the bigger picture. Whatever the future may hold, like I got to say, Carolina and Clemson fans, as a basketball purist, you may not like this. But adding 8 more schools, which again, even though we're going to add them all from the power leagues, that's where they're coming from.
Yes.
This may be a benefit to fringe basketball programs in the future. Again, this is going to reward you. Listen, Duke and Gonzaga and Virginia, right now Florida, they don't give two what's about.
No, I don't care.
They're worried about, am I going to be a top 3 seed? That's all they care about.
Right.
But to a lot of other schools and a lot of other programs, these 8 slots, how many times would Seth Greenberg have taken Virginia Tech into the NCAAs 15 years ago?
Seth Greenberg would still be at Virginia Tech, man.
Michael Haney and I used to joke, and those of you who've lived with us a long time may remember when Haney and I did this for like 5 years in a row. We finally nicknamed Virginia Tech America's Bubble Team.
Yes.
Because they were always right there, and they always missed it.
They always did.
But everybody was rooting for him.
Yep.
You like Seth, and they would lose to Duke by like 2, and they'd lose to North Carolina by 3.
And then they lose that one game they should have lost.
But then they beat Syracuse, or they beat somebody, and you're like, oh, that was a good win. Or they might upset Duke one night and then lose to NC State the next, and you're like, oh man. Or you'd lose to a bad Clemson team or something. And so anyway, I think ultimately, Carolina fans, Clemson fans, you may need to embrace this expansion because you are, at least in the mold, the more likely beneficiary of those 8 slots.
I think what this has done is this will put more pressure on that second level, because now the fans of schools like Wake Forest or South Carolina right now will go, you got more spots now, man.
Yeah.
And they're built for you.
Georgia, Mississippi State.
I mean, let's do this thing. Let's go. So I do think there's a perception of more pressure. I think Lamont has got a ton of pressure no matter what. But then that perception of, they just expand the tournament for you, dude. Oklahoma.
Like it may lower pressure on Stephen Pearl. It doesn't lower pressure on Lamont.
I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, you going to open the vault next?
Open the vault next here on the post-game show on the game.
Play the Game Network. Columbia, Charleston, Florence, and Myrtle Beach.
This is Bill Gunner with 107.5 The Game and the Game Network. If you run a diner, bakery, coffee shop, burger joint, pizza spot, or that hidden gem everybody should know about, how would you like to get the word out about your business without spending a dime? Well, we got you. All you have to do is text your name, your business, and your phone number to 803-404-6100. That's 803-404-6100. And we'll be in touch. There's no catch. Times are tough, and we're here just trying to help you get folks in the door of your business.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
The NCAA announced on Thursday that both the men's and women's basketball tournaments will expand to 76 teams starting next season. Nobody asked for this. Sure, college basketball fans won't pass up more basketball. 12 games in 2 days doesn't sound terrible until you realize the teams that will be involved. Back at the end, major power conference teams sneaking in. Nobody asked for this. I'm Chris Black.
Baseball is back, and BetMGM, official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB same-game parlay boosts. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB odds boost tokens and MLB parlay boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Promotional offers may vary by market. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards may vary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hallmark Cards presents Mother's Day at Walgreens. Celebrate every mother figure in your life with a Hallmark card at Walgreens. Show how much she means to you and how deeply she's loved. A Hallmark card is the perfect way to say thank you for all she does. Don't forget, Mother's Day is Sunday, May 10th. Visit Walgreens today to find the perfect Hallmark Mother's Day card and make her feel truly special. Mother's Day means Hallmark cards at Walgreens.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hallmark Cards presents Mother's Day at Walgreens. Celebrate every mother figure in your life with a Hallmark card at Walgreens. Show how much she means to you and how deeply she's loved. A Hallmark card is the perfect way to say thank you for all she does. Don't forget, Mother's Day is Sunday, May 10th. Visit Walgreens today to find the perfect Hallmark Mother's Day card and make her feel truly special. Mother's Day means Hallmark cards at Walgreens.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 1075 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube. Time to open the vaults. Sponsored by Purple Wave Auction. It's the Postgame Show on the Game Network.
All right, welcome back in. Post-game show rolling on. Terry opens the vault in just a second. Did you see the story of how the Sixers tonight they didn't sell out? And rather than put the available tickets open to public sale, the Sixers basically, I guess, I don't know if you buy your own tickets.
Yeah, basically,
they gave them all away.
Yep.
So that the Knicks fans wouldn't buy.
The Knicks fans couldn't get it. I loved it. I loved the idea. I loved it. Fantastic idea.
I mean, it's crappy and cool all at once.
Well, you don't want those stinking Knicks fans in your barn.
Nah, Knicks fans are starting to feel it, man.
You know, I think I've said this to you before. Knicks fans are the most hilariously, what's the word I'm looking for here? When your belief in reality is not reality.
There's a lot of that in life.
Well, especially for Knicks. The Knicks fans think two things that are so blatantly not true. A, the Knicks are on the same level as the Celtics and the Lakers.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Knicks do believe they
delusional.
Are the Celtics.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, because the Celtics and the Lakers, they haven't won titles since the early 70s either, right? Right. And they've been to the finals only twice in the last 50 years, right?
Right.
But Knicks fans believe that.
Is it even the Lakers? I think it's the Celtics. That
Yeah, they really and the Knicks. The Knicks aren't on the level of the Nuggets.
No.
I mean, the Knicks are so in the bottom half of the league over the last 50 years when it comes to championships or going deep.
Well, what's even their last finals appearance is Ewing, right?
Yeah, I mean, the only reason they got in the finals
is in the East because Jordan was
in retirement.
I mean, God bless you, Patrick Ewing.
And you know what I remember from that series? The white Bronco was on the screen.
Okay.
Remember, half of it was Knicks Rockets, the other half was white Bronco. Yeah. OJ.
Akeem went back to back.
And more people cared about OJ and the white Bronco than the Knicks.
He didn't beat the Knicks both years, right? Who else did Akeem beat?
No, they beat
No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm blanking. But the thing is, it's
Orlando?
like that sounds right to me for some reason. No, Orlando. Shaq and those folks lost to San Antonio. Okay. But it was so. I can't remember. It's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to look out in the break.
Well, since it's the vault segment, we may as well try
what the hell? Why not?
Try
we
to
just start doing vault stuff.
You know what this is? This is like when Geraldo opened the Al Capone vault.
Remember that? Yeah, that was pretty exciting.
There's nothing there.
And then Al Capone fell out.
No, that was really. I remember watching that and like, oh my God, there's nothing there.
What a waste of time. How many people were like, I really wasted my time watching that mess?
Well, it could have been cool. But anyway.
So the Knicks fans are delusional. They think that the Knicks are on the same level as the big dogs in the legendary teams in the NBA.
Yeah, I get it.
And they're not.
No, but they should be.
And that's what makes it even more.
That's why I've always ragged on Rock and Jimmy Dolan.
Rock and Jimmy Dolan, I mean, up until lately, and he's still saying goofy stuff, but he hasn't been like butting his nose in like he used to. And guess what? They've actually become a good team.
They have. And the Brunson trade was
here's the thing, too. They will never say this out loud. No one saw Jalen Brunson coming.
No.
Remember, he was kind of the Robin-ish guy to Luka and Dallas. Yeah. And Dallas screwed up by not keeping him, but they didn't know what Jalen Brunson could be.
I think that's fair. But they also they knew they were going to have to pay him.
Luka.
And they had to pay Luka, and then they didn't want to pay Luka.
Because, again, Jalen Brunson wanted so much money. They were like, you're Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
And the Knicks were desperate to get someone, remember?
Yeah.
And there was that connection with his dad and everything else. And Brunson's been phenomenal.
Working.
So that's the one thing.
Yeah.
Is Knicks fans are massively delusional.
But good on you, Sixers. I don't know if it's going to help you with the ticket thing or not.
Here's the second thing real quick on the Knicks fans that gets me too. Is this Madison Square Garden thing.
Sure.
It's for guys like us who are older. We remember when there was a certain quote-unquote mystique maybe to the Garden.
Yeah.
Ask anybody under 30 that's a sports fan, what's the mystique of the Garden? What they have WWE in there every now and then.
Yeah. Well, I think Fish New Year's is what I was going to say.
Honestly, there's more mystique with Fish New Year's than big Knick games in the Garden or, St. John's finally became something under Patino. I was here the other day, I was watching one of the ESPN shows. That Garden mystique, last time I checked, Ben Stiller doesn't play.
Garden Mystique, the new fragrance.
Yeah, exactly.
Available at Macy's.
You smell good from Macy's. Anyway, I get to the vault. All right, a couple of interesting things in the vault. Now, you took me down. I took myself
across the
down
street,
the road.
though, if it's New York Garden Mystique. Yeah.
Garden Mystique.
Why does it smell like sewer?
I know. Is that the smell of Garden Mystique? That's the dead rat. 1967, Muhammad Ali.
And I love New York City, but it does sometimes.
No, I love, dude. I love New York City too.
If you get the wrong wind coming up from the subway tunnel.
I love parts of New York City, sir.
You're like, what is
I'll
that?
say that?
You're like, that's New York.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I'm sorry. Where were we?
Done. Vault's done.
Something about Muhammad Ali.
It doesn't matter.
Did he fight in the Garden?
He fought the Garden Mystique. He beat Ben Stiller and Timothy Chalamet.
And Billy Joel.
And Billy Joel all at the same time. And won the Garden Mystique title on this day in 1967.
We'll see what Langston Moore thinks.
Best vault ever.
Garden Mystique. Langston joins us coming up in just a couple minutes. Keep it here. Available at Macy's.
Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet studio. Herndon Chevrolet is your hometown dealer. Stop by today or shop online 24/7 at herndonchevy.com.
Cato's Power Equipment is ready to help you make your backyard look absolutely fantastic. I have said for years now that whether you do it for yourself or you do it for a living, you need to get into Cato's because the pros there, Ben and Matt and the crew, they've been doing it family-owned for well over 40 years, so they know what's up. They have helped me get into the equipment that I need. I like doing yard work. I don't like to do yard work all the time, But you know what? I've said many times, if you own a little piece of planet Earth, you may as well do what you can to take care of it, right? Well, Kato's believes the exact same thing. Right now, by the way, they have got zero-turn mowers, Gravely's, up to $250 off, fabricated deck. These things look like something, I'm serious, y'all. They look like something like you might ride out of Star Wars. And you can get into the showroom at Kato's at 4012 West Beltline Boulevard, sit on one of these things, see what's up, and learn so much more. Whatever you need when it comes to power equipment, no better place than Kato's. Check them out, katospowerequipment.com.
This Mother's Day, don't just hand Mom a card, give her something special, something that lasts, something that says, I love you, I appreciate you, I'm grateful for everything you've done. At Traditions, they've got pearls, gold, colored gemstone jewelry, and diamonds, all at the best prices around, starting at just $29. Visit Traditions and make this Mother's Day one she'll never forget. Traditions Fine Jewelers on Sunset in Lexington and by the fountain at Sand Hills.
If you have nagging arthritis pain that won't go away and nothing seems to help, you may need to consider joint replacement, and that can be a little unsettling. At Midlands Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, we understand and can help put your mind at ease. Our experienced orthopedic surgeons and advanced technology enable our team to deliver consistently excellent joint replacement outcomes with no hospital stay and lower cost to you. Midlands Orthopedics and Neurosurgery.
Looking for a truck dealership that treats you like family? Come to Herndon Chevrolet, your truck headquarters, proudly serving Lexington and the Midlands for over 50 years. Whether you're after a brand new Silverado, a tough pre-owned truck, or expert service, you'll find it all right here with a huge selection and the best truck deals around. There's no better place to shop. Visit HerndonChevy.com or stop by today.
Herndon Chevrolet, Herndon makes you wanna smile.
Want to unlock the power of athlete marketing to grow your business? Garnet Trust has recently launched a business membership program, making it easier than ever for your business to work directly with a USC student athlete. Visit garnettrust.com today or call 803-250-1765 to see your business boom.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Powered by Integrated Media, The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. For auto, home, and commercial glass. ShepherdsGlass.com. In Chapin and West Columbia. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. Shepherd's Glass.
Your home for the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game. WNKT Eastover, Columbia. A Cumulus media station. The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 107.5 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube.
O'clock on a Friday. Welcome back in. Post-game show rolling on. Jay Phillips, Terry Ford inside the Herndon Chevy Studios, wherever you are on this beautiful day in South Carolina's capital city. Thank you for being with us. Some of you may be headed down to the ballpark. If you're not yet, and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to the game tonight, but it doesn't start till 7, Jay.
Oops.
5:30.
Yep.
5:15 airtime. 5:30 first pitch. We did clarify. We knew the answer, but I just needed someone official to tell us. Yeah, TV. They like this 5:30. They just want to get 2 games in on a Friday.
Yeah.
So somebody has to play at 5:30 Eastern time.
Well, it's funny when we were talking about that time. Was that Monday? No, Tuesday, whatever it was, the first day, Wednesday, your first day back.
Yeah.
It's like 5:15. Oh, TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, TV. It's TV.
Well, I even asked you. I was like, "Is this a typo?"
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
I didn't want to read it on air and then be wrong.
Right. It was like, nah, TV.
Like Philip said it was at 5:15. I'm like, sorry.
The guy who wrote this messed me up. Yeah, and that's it. Whenever you see a goofy time like this, typically it's a TV deal.
Yeah. So there you go. It's been fun to be back. This is day 3. If you're wondering, like, what do you mean when Jay just got back? I was out. I was working from home for a while, but had some things going on. But glad to be back into the studio. And even though he hasn't come into the studio in a while,
he's working from home.
He is working from home today, but it needed to have our very good friend and almost not co-host, but close.
Well, I mean, he's sort of.
I mean, I feel like he and Bill McDonald have the most other appearances on this show
than Langston and Bill McDonald.
Yeah, I don't think there's any.
I don't think there's a close third.
Cloninger, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, it could be. Those are the top 3.
I would think so. But Langston Moore is with us from his home in Big D, and we appreciate his time.
But, Langston...
At least I think you're in Big D, right? How are you?
Man, I'm doing well, and no, Jay, I am doing the fatherly thing. I am not far from our great establishment, my second restaurant here, my second favorite restaurant in Washington D.C.
Founding Farmers.
I'm moving my daughter out, man. I gotta play move out day.
Move out day.
You are in the nation's capital. Hey, I got one going back up to school there, so we will absolutely be crossing paths.
Well, you think about it.
Soon.
Okay. Now Langston. Now, where's your girl at again?
She's at Howard, right up the street.
She's at Howard. Yours is going to Maryland. Mine will be at American.
Right. Oh, well, then we'll all meet at Founding Farmers without the family.
We got to set a date. We'll all be in D.C. at Founding at a restaurant.
Yeah. Now we go to the one in Foggy Bottom. I don't know y'all because they got like 4 of them.
Yeah,
Langston. I think you go to one that's maybe more up towards school. Is that right?
Towards Chinatown. Yep, that's the one because it's the menu's a little bit different over there. But I mean. It's great to be up here having moving day when they also have graduation at the same time. So it's just, the logistics is
sure.
Man.
And DC logistics are always easy to navigate on a regular day. So why not throw in?
At all, right? Exactly.
Why not throw in move out and graduation?
Why not?
And by the way, free plug to Founding Farmers restaurants across the DC Metro. It's a fantastic place.
When I was going to DC when I first started doing the show, the first thing you said to me is, "You're going to Founding Farmers, right?"
Man, they got everything. Right? It's fun. It's loud. They're all loud, but you know what? It's a good loud because everybody in there is having fun. That's what I love about it. But anyway, so how you been, man? We've had the draft, we've had spring ball. Carolina's changing offenses. There's a lot going on, but let's maybe start you with the NFL and what we saw with Mendoza going over to Vegas. We got the Giants making some really good picks on defense. What stood out to you about who maybe got better the quickest after the weekend in Pittsburgh?
It's tough to say because, again, this draft was kind of like a mismatched deal for me, in my opinion, where, like, would Mendoza have been number 1 in any other year, any other maybe decade of quarterbacks coming out? I mean, he's a solid dude. He's God bless timing. That always works in your favor. But, I think it's going to be a lot of wait and see for a lot of these guys. And again, it wasn't really too sexy because it was sexy for a lot of offensive linemen and, a lot of defensive end drop-ins and different guys when they made those runs on wide receivers. But, this draft was super interesting just to see the amount of trades, how they're ticking up every year. And of course, more and more people are going after, needs instead of, biggest thing on the board and manipulating, doing different things. Hearing, of course, the back channel talk between the Cowboys trying to move up 1 or 2 spots just to get their guy when I think he still would have been there at that spot, but maybe not. I don't know. But it's just always interesting with the draft. Now, one of the biggest stories, again, I keep thinking about is there's a team up the road that had 9 guys drafted, which was, super, super, super crazy when you think about it. But again, on the other hand, you go 7-6. Not to take a shot, but it was just, because I heard my man's rant earlier this week, and it was just like, wait. People drafted this.
Well, it is rare to have more draft picks than wins. I mean, if you got that many draft picks, you usually have more wins. Yeah, so that's that.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, you got to be like that Terry Bowden Auburn team where they just went undefeated, but they didn't get that many people drafted. Even though they should have won the national championship. I think they went undefeated like back to back 2 years in a row, but they were on probation. But Yeah, man, the draft was super interesting, but it gets to be more and more. The other thing, my former employer, they just don't lose, man. They just continue to hit because everybody was tuning in. Like you're tuning in on Saturday, like, man, see who's watching. Man, it's the 6th round, man. I wasn't even watching that far deep when I got drafted. So again, it's just interesting. They figure out a way just to make it engaging, figure out different ways to always have a product. Even when it's not even their turn, really. It's the middle. It should be baseball season, which it is. It's baseball season, but they still find a way to get eyes on them. And Pittsburgh, of all places.
All right, I have a question for you. As a player, the combine, and you hear like draft dorks and draft nerds and even NFL people talk about, well, this guy in the 10-yard shuttle improved his draft stock, or a guy ran a 40 improved his draft stock, or this guy bench pressed 3 trucks and improved his draft stock. Out of all these things from the combine, which I think a lot of it's just ridiculous, what is a former player, or as a player, when you see this stuff or hear this stuff, what one of those things you would hear from draft people would make you guys laugh the most, saying, yeah, that means nothing?
Oh, I mean, from the underwear deal to just body composition, because I mean, we've seen the Tom Brady picture, but there's a gajillion other different guys that look like that. And again, that's just going from a college guy to a pro body, but you talk about testing and just the combine in general. Just I mean, the records that continue to be broken. Like we used to just rarely see guys hint at 4.4, low 4.3s. Now we're seeing guys break the record, and it's kind of like the educational system. Like a lot of these kids have just been testing. They've just been good for testing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like they know how to, they have a lot of strategies. Everybody knows how to run a 10-yard split very well. And so everybody's been testing and doing that's why everybody's numbers are crazy out of this world. But when you throw a football at them, just the athleticism is not there. And it's the same thing with like reading comprehension. If you're like, man, So my point is like, it was really interesting to see a lot of guys blow numbers out the water. You see more and more physical freaks, more and more jumps, but I think it's just a product of everybody's been, doing mini combines since 6th grade or maybe even 5th grade. And you go out to the Travell Wharton camp and you get all that good instruction, and and it's really crazy just to see, of course, all these dancing bears and everybody just continue to push the limits of like what you think is possible, especially with these test numbers.
Hey, Langston, to that point, really quick follow-up. You guys had the media coaches for the combine when you were coming out, right? Or was that not prevalent yet? Because now these guys get coached up by media experts on what to say to everybody. Did you have that?
Yeah. Some, well, of course I had the guy. I had Lou Holtz, what I'm saying? I had the guy where that was the number one, and so, some of us needed more than others. But it's kind of interesting to see, like, there was the one kid that had the little clip that went viral and how he was, I don't know if he was really trying to make eye contact with the person who asked him the question. But, a lot of there is supposed to be a modicum of, like, some media training. You're also supposed to know who your guy is, man. Like, nah, don't let him get in front of a mic too long. No.
Let me take you to a Gamecock, and I'm not going to start with the first one that got picked in Cisse. I'm going to take you all the way down to Jalen Kilgore, who ended up being the 3rd Gamecock taken, because I remember talking with Terry on the Wednesday before the draft and the things we were reading about him, like, man, this kid's going to be a steal for somebody when he goes day 2. And then he ends up going day 3. And already I'm seeing reports out of Buffalo that they like this kid and he is going to vie for day 1 starting. What do you remember about Kilgore, A? B, why do you think he fell? And then let's come back around to C, is he a hidden gem for the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, and it's, Buffalo, watch out now. Buffalo's trying to figure out a way to have that Carolina pipeline, drafting, a couple guys in succession years, especially defensive guys. Even with the changeover in the offense was kind of like, good for him. And it's great. Again, I know you always want to move up faster and get the money or whatever, but you're going to a winning team. You're going to make up a lot of money in them deep playoff runs that you didn't even expect. And your agents don't get a piece of that either. So for Jalen, that's a really good opportunity. That's a really good opportunity for him to go out there and play, probably, get a chance to maybe even start in that little position. But for him, I mean, why did he drop? It could be the multitude of things. I think, the injury thing might have been there a little bit for him. I think the year before was more splash plays, bigger plays. Was that a product of our guy Nick Mayure? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man, everybody benefited from having a phenomenal almost defensive player rookie of the year on the defense the year before. So I think it's one of those deals where, I mean, it could be a blessing in disguise. I know you want to get that first round money and all those, but kind of being drafted right there in those middle rounds, and everybody always says it. And somebody who gave the stats the other day, I think it's like 61%. The NFL is made up of third rounds of free agent guys, and so you're gonna have a really, really long career. And as my agent used to tell me, and I don't know if it was just when I handed over that 3% that they just drafted out of your check, they don't even ask you to cut the check. They're smarter than that. They're like, it's not where you're at right now, it's where you're gonna be at in 3 to 5 years from now. And I think that's really applicable to life. So I think he's gonna be in a really good position, and they're going to find out really quickly if they made the right choice as far as with the Buffalo Bills with their head coaching deal, because, the window, it could have been Brady's fault or it could have not been, Joe Brady's fault. So they're going to find out relatively quickly if he got him, if he's going to get him over the hump.
Langston, real quick about the guys drafted from Carolina. Look, I'm happy for Nick Barrett, man, going as high as he did. Some people thought 6th, 7th round. And Nick, again, it only takes one team, right, my man?
Yeah, and we're infamous words of Sean Smith, who played for 12 years, man. There's 31 other teams here if this thing don't work out, man.
Yeah, and he plays your position. What do you like about Nick? And I mean, going to Jim Harbaugh's team, so they're gonna need him and use him.
Yeah, right. Obviously they just had some defensive tackle movement around, so there's gonna be some opportunity, but new coach, so the tape is not on you yet, and you also got drafted by the new guy, so that's also a very good telling thing. But Nick is an older guy. He plays very, very well. Plays again kind of like that hybrid style of what you see in the NFL now. Either you're going to be really, like that Bailey kid and get off the edge really quick and be kind of like a hybrid drop-in dude, or you're going to be that hybrid kind of kid who can be like Javon Kinlaw, where you're like a nose or you're a 3 technique, sometimes in the nickel package, sometimes when you want to get skinny, but mostly you're like a nose and a 4 technique, which is mean like you're over the tackle, head up, and so you take up a lot of space, and you can make a very good living if you can take up 2 or 3 people and let some of these linebackers run free. And again, they already got a stacked defensive line room up there with New York, but also just had some turnover. But it's going to be an opportunity for him to get out there and make some plays. And he's an older dude. He should do well. Just got to watch out for the city, man. Living in New York and in that area is expensive, man.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, well, we'll get you out of here. Go be a dad. Go pack up, and then go enjoy some specialty cocktail or 2 or more if you need them at Founding Farmers. Have you had an idea what you want to get tonight?
Man, I always got a running. First of all, man, I have a running list before I even touch down. So, okay, I got these many hours. I mean, how fast can I digest this meal to go to the next meal? I got another place I'm gonna send you off to, Jay. I got a dope spot I found. It's right up your alley. But forget all that, man. Congratulations on being back.
Thank you.
It's so good to hear you. Hear you in the studio. Mess around with all the gadgets. They've been messing with your stuff while you've been gone. I'm gonna just let you know that right now. I saw Elijah had his feet up all over your stuff. Preston don't mess with your stuff. All right?
Nah, Preston, he wouldn't do that.
Lou Holtz leave your locker alone, leave everybody else. Elijah and Terry, they've been in there messing with your stuff, man. They've been played with, man. Go see what's missing.
I'll see what I can do. But I want to say to you as well, because you kept me propped up almost every day for months, and still do. And so your support was always duly noted, and I appreciate you as well, sir. So
I hope you feel better, because his new nickname is the bus driver. He just ran over everybody.
That's
nice
right.
job, Langston.
There you go.
That's what we're here for.
There you go. But no, that's all good, man. But like I said, man, now it's an opportunity for us to help our other dude out there. So
that's right.
Just keep on working.
Yeah, we're
man.
praying for Stephen Garcia. That's right.
We always appreciate you, my friend.
All right, have fun. Have fun packing and driving back. You're not driving back to Dallas, are you?
No, absolutely.
All right,
not. I'm not
good. Okay, that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. All right, we'll holler at you soon, man. Appreciate you.
See you. Appreciate you, Bob.
That is Langston Moore. Remove the chains on dad duty, dorm duty in Washington on graduation weekend.
That's wrong.
No problems there.
That's wrong.
Could be problems for Texas Tech's Brendan Sorsby. New investigation opened up on the Texas Tech quarterback. We'll get into that on the other side.
All my sports. The Game Network. 107.5 The Game in Columbia. 96.9 The Game in Charleston. 100.3 The Game in Myrtle Beach. And 100.5 The Game in Florence.
We have a new way for you to call the AAA Heating and Air phone lines. Just dial pound 250, and when prompted, punch in the keywords, the game. And that's it. Again, pound 250 with the keywords, the game. Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet studio. Herndon Chevrolet is your hometown dealer. Stop by today or shop online 24/7 at herndonchevy.com.
We speak about the men's clinic pretty much every day here on the show because, look, it's a thing. It doesn't change. Guys get older, and you start getting older, and you just don't feel right. Stuff that used to be easier natural isn't easier natural anymore. You need to talk about it. You don't want to because, again, we're guys. We're macho. We're tough. We're supposed to be too cool to have anything bother us, right? Yeah, sure. Call 803-875-MENS. Go in to Dr. Dan and the staff. It's a free consultation. It's confidential. You sit down, tell your story, whatever's going on with you. They'll do a testosterone test on you, and then they will put you on a program specifically designed for you to get you feeling like you again. You got nothing to lose. It's free. It's confidential. 803-875-MENS. Make that call. The Men's Clinic of South Carolina. Personalized service and care. The Men's Clinic of South Carolina. Again, 803-875-MENS.
Sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Hey guys, Wes Mitchell from Gamecock Central here to make sure your business and property parking lots are kept available from any unwanted cars taking up your spots with Schroeder's Towing. For instance, you're coming in hot to the game studios for your show and you park next door in an unauthorized lot with signage that was provided for free from Schroeder's Towing. Next thing you know, the show is in the books and your car is out of the lot. It really is that simple. That's a true story. Call Schroeder's today and keep those unwanted cars out of your lots. Online at schroederstowing.net.
Just dial pound 250 and use the keyword tow truck.
Schroeder's Towing, the best and fastest hookers in town.
The future stars of the PGA Tour are coming to Columbia. The Colonial Life Charity Classic is bringing championship golf to the Wood Creek Club May 14th through 17th. Be there to experience the intensity up close as tomorrow's champions battle it out on every hole. Bring the family and take in the tournament atmosphere, excitement, and a full week of entertainment built for all ages. Don't miss your chance to witness the journey to the top. The Colonial Life Charity Classic. Get your tickets now.
This Mother's Day, don't just hand Mom a card, give her something special, something that lasts, something that says, I love you, I appreciate you, I'm grateful for everything you've done. At Traditions, they've got pearls, gold, colored gemstone jewelry, and diamonds, all at the best prices around, starting at just $29. Visit Traditions and make this Mother's Day one she'll never forget. Traditions Fine Jewelers on Sunset in Lexington and by the fountain at Sand Hills.
Are you considering a new roof or repairs but unsure where to start? Crescent Construction offers free roofing estimates to help you make informed decisions with ease. Our expert team is ready to assess your needs and provide comprehensive insights. Visit our website, crescentcarolina.com, to learn more about our services and schedule your free estimate today. Trust us to guide you through the process with professionalism and care. Don't wait. Contact us today at crescentcarolina.com.
Ad paid for by Adaptive Health. Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
I don't care how old or young you are. Life doesn't slow down for anyone. With Nugenix Total T2, the brand new testosterone and nitric oxide boosting formula, I'm keeping up with the kids and finally feeling like my old self again. Now, I've got enough in the tank for whatever life throws my way.
Text STREAK to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2. STREAK to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Everybody loves streaming till you have to pay for it. Just download the 107.5 The Game app and stream us for free.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 107.5 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube.
20 minutes after 4 o'clock Friday. Welcome back in. Post-game show rolling on. Jay and Terry with you in downtown Columbia. Wherever you are across the Midlands or beyond, PD, the Grand Strand, the Holy City. Or maybe listening online somewhere outside of South Carolina. Maybe you're in Washington like Langston. Maybe you're part of the South Carolina congressional delegation or staff and you just want to know what's up at home. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah. You can hang out with us anywhere. We can get the app. You know, you can go on the
I don't
YouTube
understand
channel.
all that kind of stuff.
I just read what's in front of me. I don't know what the hell any of this means. We got this app thing. You got a YouTube channel.
I like YouTube.
A website. You can go there.
Web's okay.
Listen live.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to watch us goofs on YouTube with all the cool cameras, you can see your cool shirt you have on today.
They can't. Are we on right now? I think I just see a screen that says we'll be right back.
Now, why is that on there still? It's supposed to be off. Hold on, I'm going to fix that again. Hold
Okay,
on.
that's
It's
fine.
been weirding out all day.
It says we'll be right back. After these messages. Anyway, while he's there, we are. How you doing? Hey. Brendan Sorsby is now. Well, he's already been being investigated by the NCAA. And to catch you up, Brendan Sorsby is the transfer quarterback. Now, well, he hasn't yet played for Texas Tech, but he played last couple of seasons at Cincinnati, had a very good couple of years. He's a dual threat guy. And we don't know the exact number, but the word on the street is that his NIL deal with Texas Tech is in the neighborhood of $4 to $5 million. A couple of weeks ago, it was announced that he was under investigation by the NCAA for gambling. And then more came out that he had maybe placed over the course of a few years while a student at both Indiana as a freshman and then after he transferred to Cincinnati, may have placed more than 10,000 bets. Now, many of them were very little prop bets, $1 here, $2 there, $5, whatever.
Right.
But not all of them were. And we don't know the extent completely. But one of the, if not real, no, not one of. Let me back up. The most serious allegation against him, which apparently there is already evidence out there from the app that he used. He bet on Indiana football while he was an Indiana football player. Now, he did not play in this game, did not influence the game in any way, and bet on Indiana to win the football game. But that doesn't matter to the NCAA.
Right.
Now, it is being reported by Matt Murray and Matt Baker of The Athletic, and this was late last night, that, and again, that was an NCAA investigation. So that's not a criminal investigation or a legal investigation. That is an investigation that will have more to do with determining his future eligibility and whether or not he broke rules, and maybe the schools where he played could face any potential punishments as well if they knew what he was doing. But that was all school-related and NCAA-related, not law-related, right, because he didn't turn 21 until January, so he was breaking the law by gambling as an underager. Got to be 21. Even if it's legal in your state, all these states have a law that you have to be 21 to gamble. Well, now we are taking another turn because the Ohio Casino Control Commission did confirm that Brendan Sorsby is being investigated by their agency. In a statement, it said, quote, "We have received information that has warranted an integrity investigation be conducted related to Brendan Sorsby," end quote. They noted they would not release anything further until their investigation is over. And they are not saying, for obvious reasons, I think, Terry, just like the cops do, well, what are you looking at? If the cops have a robbery investigation, a murder investigation, well, there was a robbery or a murder, but they're not telling you, oh, we're looking specifically for X, Y, and Z, know, because then that tips somebody off potentially. So now this gets into the government of the state of Ohio looking into this young man. You may have already heard that last week he hired famed sports labor attorney Jeffrey Kessler to represent him throughout this process, but we really still, Terry, don't know what it is that Mr. Kessler is going to do for or with Brendan Sorsby.
Right.
You would think he's going to help him retain eligibility.
Well, that's why you would hire him.
But we haven't seen any, and not that we should yet, but I'm still trying to figure out, as somebody who's not an attorney, what's your defense here? I mean, if they got you, if they know you placed a bet on your school, it's the number one no-no in sport. It isn't just about the NCAA.
Right.
I just don't know where they're going to try to attack the NCAA.
Isn't that why you hire Kessler, though? Because he's been successful, right? And you hire him because they've got stuff. If they didn't have stuff, you wouldn't hire this dude, right? You're bringing in Aaron Judge.
You're bringing in a big dog, a big gun, no question. No question.
You don't hire a big gun if you don't need a big gun, right?
And just to let everybody know, to Terry's point, this may be more like a cannon or a howitzer. This is the man who was co-counsel in the NCAA versus House settlement that the landmark case that changed the landscape. Is what I was trying to say.
This dude's for real.
Ago. Yeah.
This is a dude. This isn't hiring Joe Pesci.
No.
From my cousin Vinny. No offense.
Yeah.
2 youths.
Right.
2 youths. You're hiring a real serious. We snap you off the knees.
Mr. Gambini.
Hey, Herman Munster ain't the lawyer here.
Right. The judge.
Or the judge.
Yeah.
So it's just the idea that you don't hire this guy if
Next
they
time
don't
you come
have.
to my courtroom, you better be wearing something made out of cloth.
What are you waiting for him to have bolts on his neck?
Yeah.
Because he's Herman Munster.
Made out of cloth. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I
should have done that. I did that.
Well, now you've opened it.
I've done that twice today.
Well, because I've seen My Cousin Vinny like 100 times.
I love that.
Man.
I love that movie.
It's.
But so I just think that when you hire this guy, it means they've got something on you, and you need a guy who can manipulate and massage the law to try to get you your eligibility or do something in your favor to help you, because you don't get this guy if you don't need help, Jay.
I agree.
That's the way I feel about it.
And to open up, the pathway for the new information today, or at least last night that we're talking about today with the government, of Ohio. So again, this begins to turn into something legal. It's alleged that a lot of those prop bets, maybe hundreds if not thousands of them, were made at Reds games.
Yeah.
And again, he was betting on individual balls and strikes, and ground ball, pop fly, home run, whatever, all kinds of stuff like that. But again, underage.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying integrity. Look, it isn't like he's going to be sitting in the stands at, I know it's not Riverfront anymore, but whatever Great America, whatever.
Great America Ballpark.
He's not influencing the game.
No. Brandon Sorsby can't do anything.
No, but if he's underage and they've got him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the next thing here, and this isn't in the article. This is the word on the street stuff that's making its way through some of the articles that are out there, though, but not in this one. There's a belief, and I guess on social media, there's a belief from some, and it's rather cynical, and again, not proven at this point, that somebody with knowledge at UC University of Cincinnati, may have either turned him in or at least tipped someone off.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati, it is known, is suing Brendan Sorsby for $1 million for breach of contract.
Right.
And they're hacked off at him.
And they should be.
So, I don't know that anybody officially with the school is going to be calling Indianapolis going, by the way.
No, but a lot of people know stuff.
But if you call the 800 tip line,
I have information.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, about Brendan Sorsby.
Meet me in the garage.
Right. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know that. I'm not trying to be salacious. You're not either. But that's, as I like to say to you a lot about things like this, that's rather plausible.
Well, hell hath no fury than the university scorned.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Or even if a fan knows.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. Look, if you have enough of a circle that has an idea what's up, it doesn't. One person, for whatever their reason or motivation, can open up the can, so to speak.
So, again, initially it was only an NCAA investigation. Now you've got a state government investigating. Will you have more? We shall see. But I still think this young man doesn't play.
I don't think he ever plays
college
football again. I agree.
Yeah.
We got next, man.
We got on the other side, speaking of college football, maybe a new way for you to get into a bowl game?
Let's do it.
You're not going to like it, though.
All right, post-game shows next on the game.
Wow, what a play. The Game Network. Columbia, Charleston, Florence, and Myrtle Beach.
We love to hear your opinion. Go to @1075 The Game on Twitter X and participate in our polls. Our Twitter X polls sponsored by IntelliSystems. Schedule a cyber audit today at IntelliSystems.com.
Oh, it's getting closer and closer. Colonial Life Charity Classic coming to Wood Creek Golf Club. The Corn Ferry Tour showing up in the Midlands. It's some of the future stars of golf you could be seeing. I mean, Scotty played here, Justin Thomas, Tony Finau, Jason Day. Jay Phillips. I mean, she's the who's
never
who.
actually played on the tour.
Of the PGA Tour and the Corn Ferry. May 14th through the 17th. You go to coloniallifecc.com to get tickets and more info. Again, May 14th through the 17th. Your ticket also gets you some post-round concert love. Thursday, Prettier Than Matt. Friday, Root Doctors. Saturday, Larry Fleet. Kids under 15, military members, and college students get in for free. Again, coloniallifecc.com. The inaugural Colonial Life Charity Classic, May 14th through the 17th at Wood Creek Golf Club. Again, your info, coloniallifecc.com. Also to get
Powered by Integrated Media, The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. For auto, home, and commercial glass. ShepherdsGlass.com. In Chapin and West Columbia. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. Shepherd's Glass.
This is Larry Leitner, owner and founder of Midstate Roofing. And for nearly 30 years, we've continued to be the proven leader in the roofing and waterproofing industry. Midstate Roofing's proven history is your assurance that our professionals at Midstate Roofing will provide the proper advice, service, and results to the needs of your facility in a manner both safe and pleasing to your operation. From high-rise to hospitals, manufacturing to industrial, Midstate Roofing designs and installs bonded systems with a protective guarantee that will keep your operation dry and running long into the future. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And this is Blake Leitner, reminding you to protect that roof with a maintenance contract. Call me today at 803-356-1919 or online at midstateroofing.com. That's midstateroofing.com.
You'll speak to an on-call technician after hours or a Midstate Roofing staff member during hours at 803-356-1919 or online at midstateroofing.com. And as always, tell them Midstate Twins.
If you have a leak, let Midstate Roofing take a peek.
If your lawnmower sat all winter, you're running out of time to get it ready for spring. Now for a limited time, Cato's Power Equipment is offering special spring service pricing with push-more tune-ups starting at $100 and zero-turn services starting as low as $200. Let Cato's get your equipment tuned up and ready for the mowing season ahead. Need help getting your mower to us? Pickup and delivery starts at just $50. Don't wait. Call or stop by Cato's Power Equipment today and get your mower ready before the grass takes over. Visit catospowerequipment.com.
Sponsored by Woodman Life, protecting hardworking families with life insurance.
Woodman Life believes every hardworking American deserves to leave a legacy. Life insurance helps protect what matters today, so your values, love, and security can keep growing long after you're gone. Get your quote at woodmanlife.org. Woodman Life is the brand name for Women of the World Life Insurance Society in Omaha, Nebraska. Ad number A0135.
Hate paying for streaming? Well, the 107.5 The Game app is free. Yes, free. Just download the 107.5 The Game app. It's the Game Network Traffic Report from the Schroeder's Towing Traffic Center. Broken down and need a tow or even free signage for your lot? Dial pound 250 and use keyword tow truck today.
First look on the traffic this afternoon. Hey, good work. No accidents. Just the usual construction, I-26 between Bush River Road and Old Sandy Run Road. I-20 between Sunset Boulevard and Bush River Road. Broad River Road between I-26 and Dutch Fork Road. Blythewood Road between Winsboro Road and Wilson Boulevard. Bluff Road in Bluff Industrial Boulevard. Atlas Road between Shop Road and Garner's Ferry. We will pop back in. Want to go to a bowl game? We'll tell you how here on the Postgame Show next on The Game with Jay and Terry.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 107.5 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube.
Once again, a happy Mother's Day weekend to all of you who celebrate in whatever form or fashion you may do so. Hope you got something for somebody.
Yeah.
I did.
I was going to say, are we speaking to ourselves?
I got something.
Something.
Can't say what it is, man. I mean, she could be listening. Actually, she doesn't.
She doesn't listen.
She doesn't listen.
When's the last time she listened to your show?
Actually, she said, no, you know what? One day last week, she came in and she was like, hey, tell me more. I forget what this, because I don't remember what we do most of the time. But she came in and she was listening in the car, and she's like, tell me more about whatever that story was you and Terry were doing. And I can't think of what it was. But so it was last week.
Oh, okay. Good.
So every once in a while.
Yeah, my family if they ever do listen, they hate listen because I've been doing this for so long now. They're just so sick of it.
Yeah.
They're sick of it. I've told you, my kids, if somebody recognizes me, they just shake their head in disgust.
Oh, they don't know mine.
Hate it.
Mine can't stand it.
I told you a story about that guy that sat down next to us to eat.
Yeah, you did. We had one of those at at our favorite Mexican restaurant, and they didn't sit down with us, and it was nice. I mean, I appreciated it, but my kids were like, "Dad, who's that?" And I was like, "Never met him."
Well, I say that too. I go, "Look, I know you guys."
They came up and they were like, "Hey," and they were like asking about like school and like one of them they were like, "Which one of you goes to Maryland?" And
they're getting creeped out.
Yeah, my girls are like, "Are these stalkers?"
Right, and I say to them, I go, "Look. It's good. Look, listeners are what we build the foundation of our radio
they're tuned
station
in.
upon.
I appreciate it.
And they're interested, and they like us, and that's why they do this. And I go, I know you guys are whatever, but for us, it's good.
Yeah, but
we appreciate it.
My kids are not.
My son said, "Well, Dad, I don't work there."
Yeah, right,
my
right.
answer.
Yeah, my kids, and my kids are like not. Yeah. Well, one of them's a sports fan. The other three are not.
I'll be honest with you. My youngest has become a.
That's good.
He's intense, man.
That's good.
I told you, he's all about English playing soccer, likes the NBA.
Yeah, it's good.
He's asking me questions about the NFL. I don't know what happened. Well, I know what happened, probably DraftKings.
Well, if he needs to talk about the Premier League, he can.
I told you, he's got hate on your Arsenal crew, so.
A lot of people do right now. It's nice to be at the top. People seem to hate the teams at the top.
Yeah, they never hate you when you're not at the top.
I know, man. Like, where were you when Arsenal finished 8th a couple of years ago?
Exactly.
Anyway, all right. So speaking of finishing 8th, you might be able to go to a bowl game. Now, right now, this isn't necessarily a new way to go to a bowl game, but you'll be glad to know, Terry, that the NCAA Football Oversight Committee, which is not the football committee, nor is it the Football Rules Committee, but the Football Oversight Committee today voted to adopt a proposal that allows conferences the flexibility, I'm reading from the AP, to choose a 5-7 team that has met certain academic standards to fill bowl game opportunities if there aren't enough other deserving teams. And you might say, well, Jay, they already do that. Nah, here's how it works now. Yes, 5-7 teams can go to bowl games, and it is based on academics. But the NCAA basically lines you up with your APR. And if there are slots that need to be filled, then team 1 gets the first one, and team 2, and however, there usually aren't more than a couple that may be needed, but that's how it goes. Now, the conference must choose a 5-7 team that has achieved at least the minimum 930 multi-year APR score required to be eligible. So if it's a game where it's conference v. conference, if that's part of the agreement, then the conference gets to choose. I don't know that this is ever going to fall down far enough to affect Southeastern Conference schools, although you might have it. It was a couple years ago when Mississippi State went at 5-7 to a bowl. Is that when they got in that fight at the Independence Bowl?
Yeah, that's when it was. Remember the great shot of Mike Leach not knowing what the heck was going on. He's shaking hands and he's taking off. And they were 5-7. I do remember.
But they said there were 41 games last year. There's going to be 41 this year. Only 3 teams last year were needed at 5-7. And that over the past 5 seasons, an average of 81 teams did play with a 6-6 record or better. So, yay.
Yeah.
But now conferences get to choose. This isn't final yet because the Division I cabinet.
Oh, God. That's different from the committee?
It's different than the board.
Stop.
So you have a cabinet and a board.
No, but we have committees, too. Now, we have boards, committees, and cabinets. Okay, who's higher?
By the way, I got another story in the news. I'm not going to get to it right now, but I got another story in the news that is similar to this one when it comes to
I guess we got to learn
committees.
I would think the committee's third on the list because you would think the cabinet would be the highest, right? Because that's kind of fancy.
Well, I thought the board of directors was the highest.
But in the cabinet ahead with
secretary of what?
In the federal government.
Yeah.
But you have a board of directors that would run like a company.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And the NCAA has both.
You know what this sounds like? The mascot fights for the bracket.
It's just
would a Jayhawk lose to a
Okay,
Blue
I wasn't
Devil?
going to go here, but now that you've brought, now I can feel my blood pressure. If I hit my little heart symbol on my Apple Watch, I'm going to see that my heart rate's probably getting up to 100. I said this the other day about the the tournament expansion. Y'all, there were 6 committees that had to sign off on this thing. And I don't care if it's about that topic, this bowl topic, whether it's rules for softball, whether it's how to hand out Christmas cards. Their NCAA is your most glaring issue. You have way too many committees because you want everybody to have touched it so that everybody feels like they were involved.
Just bureaucratic nonsense.
And that's why it takes for bleeping ever. That's why it's a convoluted mess. And again, what if one of those committees had said no? They probably aren't gonna, but what if they had? Then what? Then you got to start all over again.
Right.
Just like you do in Congress. Well, it can't happen this year because at some point, here in May typically, or again, maybe next month, they vote on these things only a couple times a year, like when you have to get the cabinet approval or the board approval. That's the problem. Streamline that. I mean, why do we need, and I'm not kidding, why do we need a basketball committee? That's what it's called. There's one called the basketball committee. Just think about that for a minute, okay? Just put that in your head. There's another one called, again, the basketball oversight committee. Now, it's separate. It's a different committee. Then there's a basketball rules committee. That's a third committee. It's not a subcommittee of the same committee. These are 3 different, and you know what? All of them probably do have subcommittees. And you want to know, NCAA, why people bleep and hate you.
I hope that there are people watching your face on the YouTube channel. Your face starts to change shape. When you start getting all like Mount St. J, your face starts to turn shape.
I want them to succeed because I love college sports. But when you wake up in the morning and you set your own mousetraps, and then you step in every single one of them on purpose, and then you actually get hurt by it, and you're like, well, I didn't know that was going to happen. What did you think was going to happen?
Well, here's the problem. And this is why okay. All right. There are incredibly intensely smart people through the NCAA.
They run colleges.
But here's the problem.
They run colleges, literally. They run colleges.
Right. Here's the problem. Sometimes you're so deep in your eggheadedness that you don't see logic. How many times in your life have you met somebody who's super incredibly smart and can't tie their own shoes?
Oh, yeah. No, I know. I have.
And
I have.
I think these are incredibly smart people who can't tie their own shoes.
Thank God none of them work at the NCAA.
Oh, you're right.
The thing is...
No, they're filled with those people. That's the problem.
Well, you're right.
The NCAA is filled with smart people who can't tie their own shoes.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Well, they wear really nice loafers.
You get because those Skechers you slide on. But that's the problem. They are sometimes you're too smart for your own
Somebody
good.
asked me if they thought Tony Romo really wore Skechers.
Oh, God, no.
I was like, Tony Romo pulls down 25 a year.
He's not wearing Skechers. God.
He does for the commercial.
And he goes, the commercial's over, get these things off my feet. I mean, but that's the problem. I think sometimes you get so many smart people together and they start this thing and it grows and becomes this big, gigantic blob of nonsense.
Yeah.
And everybody's involved in the blob of nonsense. And nobody steps back and go, you know what? This is a blob of nonsense.
Yeah. But why can't just the football committee or the basketball committee? Why do you need what does the oversight committee do?
Oversees the basketball committee.
And the rules committee?
Yeah, they oversee.
Who oversees them?
They sit and they oversee.
The cabinet? Who oversees the cabinet? The board? Who oversees the board? What are we doing?
The cabinet. The subcommittee overseeing of cabinets. All right.
I'm going to calm down. And then there's Jay or Nay, which could work me back up again.
Jay is next on
Glad
the game.
It's Friday.
All my sports. The Game Network. 107.5 The Game in Columbia. 96.9 The Game in Charleston. 100.3 The Game in Myrtle Beach. And 100.5 The Game in Florence.
This is Elijah Campbell from 107.5 The Game and The Game Network. If you run a diner, bakery, coffee shop, burger joint, pizza spot, or that hidden gem everybody should know about, how would you like to get the word out about your business without spending a dime? Well, we got you. All you have to do is text your name, your business, and your phone number to 803-404-6100, and we'll be in touch. There is no catch. We know times are tough, but we would love to help you out and your business.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Presented by Chumba Casino, your online casino for plays, spins, and a chance to score. Must be 21 and over. Terms at ChumbaCasino.com. And if Aaron Rodgers is showing up in Pittsburgh later today, it was news to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Reports were that Rodgers was making his way to sign with the team over the weekend. There comes a time when a historic and model franchise like the Steelers has to stop putting up with this, and it's obvious that it won't be this season. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Yo, it's Jay Uso from WWE, and I'm Jimmy Uso. Chumba Casino and WWE are hyped for the biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam. I know, I can't wait. There's nothing better to do while we're waiting than playing Chumba Casino. Sign up today, and you could win a VIP experience with Chumba Casino and WWE for SummerSlam. So what are you waiting for? Play Chumba Casino and enter for your chance to win. Let's Chumba. Yeah.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Progressive knows you want to get away, but not like too away. You crave the unknown, but also charcuterie boards with 4 types of cheese. And that's exactly why you bought an RV and bundled it with Progressive, because 24/7 protection is one luxury you'll never have to give up. So go ahead, explore the wilderness, all from the comfort of your zero-gravity camp chair. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
The Postgame Show with Jay Phillips and Terry Ford on the Game Network, the 1075 The Game app, and at the Game TV radio on YouTube. Let's do some Jay or Nay. It's the Postgame Show on the Game Network.
11 minutes in front of 5 o'clock. My favorite bumps. You know, the Stones got new music coming out, man.
Well, I mean, it's about time for the next farewell tour.
I think they are going to They are going to go on tour again.
It's time.
I didn't hear the whole song, but I did hear like about 20, 30 seconds of it. It sounded good. Do they still know what they're doing?
I mean, they can still play instruments. I mean, look.
Well, Ronnie and Keith still go, man. I mean, Ronnie Wood can still shred his guitar. Keith just kind of likes to strum around a little bit. He doesn't do a whole lot of leading.
Look, man, I say it every time the Stones go for the first. You know, Mick is Mick. But the fact that Keith Richards is still alive is baffling.
He sounds good. I saw an interview with the three of them, and they look. You know, I mean, look, yeah, they're 80. Whatever, I get it. I'm not naive here, but
look, man,
like Ronnie Wood can still play, man.
The things that Keith Richards has put in his body, and he's still alive.
Yeah.
I'm stunned by Keith Richards being alive.
I'm down. I think
I give him props.
He's
man.
just not. I think he's just not putting them in there anymore, and
I think-
realized I better stop doing that.
It's funny. Some of these bands, like Mick stopped.
Yeah.
Obviously, Keith Richards
Mick
stopped.
stopped a long time ago.
I tell you who else. I remember seeing an interview back in the day with Aerosmith. Remember they popped in like the 90s?
They went sober like mid '80s.
Yeah, because they realized they wanted a career, they had to stop.
Yeah.
Because they were hardcore.
Well,
said,
they all knew.
Yeah.
They were.
And they were like, look, we wanted to keep playing and be successful, and B, didn't want to die.
Yeah, I think when by the time Permanent Vacation came out, like the Dude Looks Like a Lady album, which is funny.
up.
I still consider that new Aerosmith.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I remember old Aerosmith, and I was in high school when that came out.
Mm-hmm.
But and I realized now it's almost 40 years old. I'm not, but yeah, they were sober by then.
Yeah,
and they've been sober ever since.
It was a great interview with them. They were just like, look, man, you got to understand what we were doing every night. We had to stop that mess.
Yeah,
we couldn't even go in the studio and like.
But Mick, and Mick, if you read about Mick and his regimen, like his daily physical,
serious,
he knows what's up. And when he's running around on, how many 70-year-olds can run around on stage like that?
It's funny because when I saw Bruce,
and they're big stages, man. Like he is. It's not like he's playing the township,
right? I mean, Bruce, they did 3 legit hours, and Bruce wasn't moving like Mick. Bruce was moving, but these guys in the 70s and 80s still jumping around the way they do, man, is like.
Well,
impressive.
and Bruce, the boss just had major, surgery.
Yeah.
So he not allowed to do that.
Yeah. Now he's got to. Chill down a little bit.
A little bit.
All right. Hey, 3 hours is 3 hours at that age, man. But anyway, all right. So
I was watching Springsteen the other day on Access TV, the Glastonbury concert from maybe 15 years ago.
Oh wow, really?
It is so.
Yeah.
It's powerful. It is that good.
Telling you, man.
It is that. It was before Clarence died.
Yeah, Bruce. Well, Bruce. See, I'd love to have seen them with Clarence. Like Clarence's nephew's fine. He's great.
Yeah, he's
whatever.
great.
But I'd love to have seen him with
twice
Clarence.
with Clarence.
Did you? You
Yeah.
suck. Yeah. I mean, good for you. I'd love to have seen him with Clarence.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do this thing. All right, Jay or nay, because somebody went sideways in nuclear and totally hijacked the segment with screaming and yelling and having his eyes bug out of his head almost. Jay or nay, are you okay with 5 and 7 teams in bowl games in a perfect world?
Nay, but I know that there's going to be the bowl games, and I can't have it both ways. So I can't say there's too many bowl games. There might be too many bowl games, but again, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. But they're not going to take the bowl games away. So I'm not okay with it, but I know they're going to do it.
They have no choice.
So
I don't like. Look, in a perfect world, a losing team should not be in a bowl game.
Agreed.
But
you
in
can't cancel the bowl.
Exactly. So I guess if you don't like losing teams in bowl games, don't watch those games.
Yeah, just don't watch that
right?
one. Right.
All right, now I'm going to go a little curveball in here for a second.
I can hit the curve.
This might be a multiple question. All right, so Darren Peterson of the University of Kansas now is going to be a top 3 pick in the NBA draft.
Number 2, I think.
And now, remember, he had a lot of issues last season with being in and out of games, missing games, missing half of games. Some of it was due to cramping and whatever. Well, Peterson did an interview with ESPN and said the reason he had the cramping was because of high doses of creatine that he was taking.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I decided to go check the old Google. According to these folks who might know something, the Mayo Clinic, scientific studies often say there's no clear link between standard creatine use and increased cramping.
Okay.
Now, there are some people out there that says it could happen, but the Mayo Clinic says, there's no real proof.
Okay. Mayo Clinic, they're good.
Forget all this, though. Darren Peterson, would you take him number 1, Jay or nay?
Nay, I would not take a number 1. Again, Devansta is the number 1 pick.
I'm with you 100% there. Nay. Jay on that one.
Okay, is that a J? Okay,
I'm Jay with it, but
okay, no,
that's my guy.
Devansta's the guy, and I might even take Boozer second. I'm not sure with Patterson exactly what's going on there, man.
You know what I think comes down to me is this. If I'm going to draft you that high, I need to be able to trust you and count on you.
Yeah.
And I can't trust him or count on you.
There felt like a lot of me in that last year.
You even watched Bill Self was starting to get a little tired of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm with you, brother.
All right, headlines of the day, and that'll be it for us on the other side. But stay tuned. Got a few things to get to you, including an update on what's going on up the road in Charlotte at the Truist and what the Braves are doing this weekend. And then it'll be time for Gamecock Baseball.
5:15 Gamecocks and Bama.
Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet studio. Herndon Chevrolet is your hometown dealer. Stop by today or shop online 24/7 at HerndonChevy.com.
If you're at home right now and you don't have a pool in your backyard, but you're in the neighborhood, if you stop and listen, yeah, right around the corner, there's that neighbor with a pool. And maybe they like you and you get to go. Or maybe you've never met them and you don't get to go. But you may say, you know what I want to do? I want to be the neighbor that has a pool. Well, it's time to call Griffin Pools and Spas. The late, great Stanley Griffin founded this company back in the mid-1970s. We lost Stanley a couple of years ago, but it's still a family-owned business that is still trusted to put the finest in-ground pools into your backyard. Custom design, aggressive schedule commitment. Once they tell you that we're going to get it done, boom, we're going to get it done with top-quality construction. They want to minimize those disruptions, and once they're done, they're going to stay with you to make sure that everything is maintained. And, of course, their showroom has all kinds of things to make life a whole lot more fun all around the pool. You ready for one in your backyard? Sure you are. 803-957-2121. Online, GriffinPoolsAndSpas.com.
Sponsored by Discover. When you hear a good deal, it's natural to do a double take. That's what you might do when you hear Discover will automatically double all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Powered by Integrated Media. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. For auto, home, and commercial glass. ShepherdsGlass.com. In Chapin and West Columbia. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. Visit CordellCordell.com.
1201 Main Street, Columbia.
Want to unlock the power of athlete marketing to grow your business? Garnet Trust has recently launched a business membership program, making it easier than ever for your business to work directly with a USC student athlete. Visit GarnetTrust.com today or call 803-250-1765 to see your business boom.
At AAA Heating and Air, home comfort is their top priority. Call today to schedule a seasonal maintenance appointment. Let AAA Heating and Air qualified technicians put your mind at ease with a thorough inspection and cleaning of your heating and cooling system. Join their popular AAA Comfort Club to take advantage of extras like flexible visits, added discounts, and priority scheduling. Visit callAAAtoday.com to schedule an appointment. Tell them Preston on the Game sent you.
AAA Air when you need us. AAA Heating and Air.
Powered by Integrated Media. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. For auto, home, and commercial glass. ShepherdsGlass.com. In Chapin and West Columbia. The Game TV. Sponsored by Shepherd's Glass. Shepherd's Glass. It's the Game Network Traffic Report from the Schroeder's Towing Traffic Center. Broken down and need a tow or even free signage for your lot? Dial pound 250 and use keyword tow truck today.
Besides the construction, pretty clean ride so far on your Friday. Nice work. Very nice job. Applaud yourselves. Well, don't do that because you take you off the steering wheel. Anyway, just our typical construction. I-20 between Sunset Boulevard and Bush River Road. Also I-26 between Bush River Road and Old Sandy Run Road as well. Then we have Broad River Road between I-26 and Dutch Fork Road. Again, baseball, 5:15 pregame. 5:30 first pitch this afternoon, South Carolina hosting Alabama. The weekend set up, 12:45 pregame tomorrow, and then 1:15 coverage starts. The Tide and the Gamecocks. Again, you can hear it right here on the game in Florence and also in Myrtle Beach.
Your home for the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game. WNKT Eastover, Columbia. A Cumulus media station. Checking out what's up in the world of sports.
This just in, breaking news is breaking out everywhere.
The 5 o'clock news on the Postgame Show.
If you're just joining us, I'm covering some breaking news. You know news is breaking because I'm telling you so, and I might touch my earpiece like this.
Sponsored by Integrated Media, Columbia's premier home theater and security experts for over 20 years. On the Game Network and on 107.5, the Game app.
It is 5 o'clock news time. Welcome back in. Final few minutes of the program instead of a full final hour, as Terry said just now in the traffic report. Gamecock baseball coming your way, and that's where I'll start you as the Gamecocks get ready to take on Alabama. Again, 5:30 first pitch today. Gamecocks are sending Ant Phillips onto the hill for the final start of the home set anyway tonight. The junior righty is 3-6 with a 3.69, 61 innings pitched. 66 strikeouts, but a hefty 31 walks in those 61 innings. He goes up against right-hander Tyler Fay of Alabama, who is 7-3 with a 4.79. In 71 1/3, he has 78 strikeouts and excellent control, just 17 walks. Tomorrow, we've got, again, a 1 o'clock first pitch time with Brandon Stone on the hill for the Gamecocks, 5-3 with a 3.94, 59 1/3, 53 strikeouts, 15 walks. Zane Adams, the junior lefty, will go for the Tide. They are 5-3 with a 3.72, 65 1/3 innings pitch. He's got 69 strikeouts and 20 walks. Gamecocks do not yet know who they'll send to the hill for the Sunday afternoon finale, but Miles Upchurch is a freshman for Alabama. He's a righty. He'll go on Sunday for the Crimson Tide. T-shirt giveaway today. They'll honor the seniors tomorrow. And even though it's the last day of the year, on Sunday, you get a clear bag giveaway, which you can use at any venue.
That's cool.
So there's stuff going on. But again, we'll have game one coming up for you here in just a few minutes with our good friend Derek Scott, who was on with us earlier, and Cade Crenshaw on the call. Speaking of Diamond Sports at Carolina, I want to do this in the news because I know this family. Met them many years ago when I was the MC of the Tip-Off Club. When I say many years ago, I'm talking more than a couple of decades when Coach Odom was still coaching South Carolina. But if you have not heard, Mitzi Beckham passed away, and Ashley Chastain Woodard released the following statement. And if you know the last name Beckham, of course, that's Beckham Field. But Ashley put this out on Twitter earlier saying, our Gamecock softball community is deeply saddened at the loss of Mitzi Beckham. Mitzi was an icon of Gamecock softball and believed when no one else did. The imprint that both her and Dr. Beckham have left on our program has impacted every Gamecock that has ever played on Beckham Field. As a player myself, I will always remember looking up in the stands and seeing Mitzi cheering for her beloved Garnet and Black. Mitzi will always be a legend of Gamecock softball, and our thoughts and prayers are with Dr. Beckham and their entire family during this difficult loss. And that's from Coach Woodard. Mitzi Beckham and her husband David, amazing people, Terry. I got to know them, as I said, when I was doing Tip-Off Club, and this was before Beckham Field was built. They were champions then, before Dawn Staley, before Beckham Field, not only of football and men's basketball. And again, I met them at men's basketball gatherings, but champions of women's sports and just wanting to give everybody a chance. And they wanted to put their hard-earned resources into Gamecock athletics. They were there, and they're just gracious, generous people. And Miss Mitzi was, she just loved Carolina. I mean, she really just had a deep, deep love for them. They traveled for football, and they would travel for a lot of things. But when the opportunity came for Beckham Field, and because to be fair, when you build something, there are certain rules that you need to do it for a women's sport as well, and they jumped right up when Founders was being built. Back when it was still Carolina Field or whatever they were calling it originally. They wanted to do something, and they stepped up to make that happen. And she was a wonderful lady. And I know a lot of you that may be in the car on the way to the ball game remember them from, again, wherever sports you may have seen the Beckhams. But they just wonderful people. And Miss Mitzi will absolutely be missed. And we are thinking about her family. The Atlanta Braves back at it tonight as we continue our headlines of the day. Braves are in L.A. tonight. And believe it or not, Terry Ford, the ESPN computer gives the Braves a 52.5% chance to win tonight's game. Now, I think it's because Chris Sale is on the hill for Atlanta. 6-1 with a 2.14. His whip is .90, my man.
How about that? He's
killing it.
I tell you, isn't it interesting when a guy like in Boston with all those injury issues at the end of his time there, and he gets traded to Atlanta. And if you're a Red Sox fan, you cuss Chris Sale all the time. But since he's been a Brave, when he's taken the ball, he has been outstanding.
Well, he's won a Cy Young, and he seems like he's getting better. I mean, but he 42 innings pitched, 49 strikeouts, only 12 walks. And again, a whip of 90.
That's just vile.
Less than a runner an inning is what he's allowing. Emmett Sheehan will go tonight for L.A. He is 2-1 with a 5-2-3. The Braves, though, coming off their first series loss of the season in Seattle. So how much that affects them, we shall see. But Braves are they're still 8 games up right now in the National League East. 8 over Washington, 9 over Philadelphia and Miami, and the New York Metropolitans bring up the rear with they're 11.5 back.
I know you feel bad for them.
Yeah, I do, man. It's tough to watch the Mets suffer.
I can hear it in your voice.
I do feel bad. Pulling for you, Mets.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Pulling for you.
No, you're not.
NBA. No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
The NBA playoffs continued last night. The Detroit Pistons go up 2-0 on the Cleveland Cavaliers with a 107-97 win at home. And the Thunder remain dominant in the playoffs. The only team that has yet to lose a game in the postseason. OKC 125, LA 107. Those teams take a day off before traveling.
You know, watching that, it's like you watch it, and the Lakers hung out for a while last night. But at no point did you go, oh, my God, LA could win this game. No, it's almost like Oklahoma City was like, Adam Silver was always, on a Bluetooth. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay, guys, now you can go.
To be fair, look, LA had a good year, and I would like to see them
with Luka.
Let's just call it what it is. I can sing the praises of Oklahoma City while lamenting the fact that the best scorer in the league isn't playing.
I still think Oklahoma City beats them.
I do too, but I want to see I want to see how competitive
it would have been a better series.
And when Luka gets going right now, and here's the thing, I want what we haven't really gotten yet is Luka on a good LA team when you're supposed to start being really good.
You know, it was the ironic part of this is the Lakers were cooking when he got hurt, don't you? That was their best stretch with the three together with Luka and LeBron and Reeves, and then Luka gets hurt.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. Look, I still think Oklahoma City wins that series, but I think, A, it's more competitive. B, I think the Lakers will win a couple of games in the series. I think it would go 6.
I think it could go at least 6.
I think it would have gone 6 with
I don't know that LA is going to win a game at home without Luka.
I think this thing. This will be a best of gentleman's sweep.
I'm going to say I almost think this goes 5.
That's what I'm saying, gentleman's sweep.
Yeah.
I think it goes 5.
Yeah, I think
the Lakers can win in LA, and
and then OKC wins by 40 when they get back in Game 5.
It's going to be fun to watch OKC maneuver the rest of the Western Conference after they get out of this. I mean, the final they'll either get San Antonio or Minnesota, and then they're probably going to get the Knicks.
Yeah, I think they're going to get the Knicks.
Yeah. So
and Detroit's pretty good.
Yeah, they just don't have enough scoring.
They just keep you from scoring.
Yeah, but in basketball, you got to put the ball in the basket.
I guess so. Defense wins championships, I thought.
No, in basketball, you got to put the ball in the basket.
Okay.
You got to guard people, but I'll say this really quick because we run out of time. You give me a team of 5 good offensive players who try on defense, they'll beat the hell out of 5 really good defensive players who try on offense.
Oh, I agree with that. Certainly in the NBA.
Yeah, that's what I mean. In the NBA.
In college, maybe not, but in the NBA, yeah.
In the NBA, you got to have dudes who can score.
NBA doesn't allow for rock fights like college does.
No. And the NBA...
Even though both have shot clocks.
And the way the game has become such a space and pace, it's just really tough to grind a team down defensively in the NBA anymore. Right. It's just very tough.
I mean, a Buzz Williams, Frank Martin game could be like 12-12 with a shot clock.
It's
right?
With a 10-second shot clock.
We're going to our 4th overtime. It's 16-all. Tonight, the Knicks are in Philadelphia. Again, if you didn't hear, the Sixers didn't sell out tonight, which is kind of sad.
Well, that's good. That shows you where the Sixers rank.
Yeah, well, they're not very good. But they didn't sell out tonight, and so instead of putting the available tickets up for grabs, they bought them all, or whatever they do, acquired them, and then gave them away in the greater Philadelphia area, so Knicks fans wouldn't buy them. Again, Knicks are up 2-0 in that one, and tonight up in the Twin Cities, T-Wolves and Spurs, that series is tied at a game apiece. And if I can look real quick before Terry starts playing the music, let me get you updated here. Sung J M is 2 shots ahead of Justin Thomas and Tommy Fleetwood on day 2 of the Truist Championship. Happy Mother's Day. We'll see you Monday.
Talk to you Monday. Gamecock Baseball next.
Wow, what a play. The Game Network. Columbia, Charleston, Florence, and Myrtle Beach.
Since that win at Clemson by the Gamecocks, things haven't gone well. Let's spin back to the good old days on the Game Network.
Horns Downs, and you can put Spurs on this one. A 79-62 win for the Gamecocks. Like I said, you won't keep them off the floor tonight. The students come rushing onto the court, and South Carolina celebrates the victory.
Now that's some good feels right there. From 107.5 The Game and the Game Network. Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet studio. Herndon Chevrolet is your hometown dealer. Stop by today or shop online 24/7 at HerndonChevy.com.
Baseball season well underway. The postseason in pro basketball getting going. We got summer golf majors, and soon enough, kids, just like always, it'll be time for football. It is time for you to call Integrated Media if you are ready to get a home theater system built from the ground up, upgrade the one you have, or take that system from the indoors to the outdoors. Not literally, because you can keep the one inside. Just get you one outside, too, right? Additionally, how about that? 803-948-8327. We have both at our house, and I have said for I don't know how long, well, almost 20 years, I don't know what I'd do now without Integrated Media. The way they have changed our